So, when you picture heaven, what exactly pops into your head? Do you imagine some distant, transcendent place way up above? Or, maybe something deeply internal, hidden somewhere within the mind? Well, today we are going to completely shift that paradigm. Welcome to this explainer on the view of heaven in Daesoon thought. We'll be exploring a unique, paradigm-shifting, incarnational concept of the celestial realm that fundamentally changes how we view the universe and our place within it.
Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. We'll be covering 1. The overlapping 9 heavens. 2. Creation through cosmic thunder. 3. Heaven's divine order system. 4. Repairing the old sky. And 5. A new view of heaven. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The overlapping 9 heavens. Let's jump straight into the structural reveal of how Daesoon thought visualizes the sheer scale of the universe. These concentric circles brilliantly illustrate the macro structure of the cosmos. In this view, there isn't just one single solitary heaven. Actually, Daesoon thought suggests there are 9 or even more heavens. And they aren't stacked like pancakes, they're overlapping. This means every heavenly realm exists independently, but they are also completely intrinsically connected to one another all at the exact same time.
To really wrap our heads around the massive scale of this, listen to this fantastic historical exchange. A disciple named Kim Song-won once asked Songji, the supreme divine being in this tradition, "Is there another heaven above the heavens?" Songjae simply answered, "There is." So Kim pressed on, asking, "Is there anything else there?" Again, Songjae answered, "There is another." According to the texts, he answered like this 9 times until Songjae finally just told him to stop knowing. It's such a powerful anecdote, right? It establishes the vast, multi-layered scale of these heavens, a scale so massive it literally surpasses human comprehension.
Which brings us to Section 2, Creation through Cosmic Thunder. Now that we've got a picture of the overlapping structure, let's explore the actual engine of creation.
When we hear thunder, we usually just think of a passing storm. But in this framework, Noah sing, or thunder sound, is a whole different ballgame. It's considered the literal spirit of heaven and the very voice of humanity. Formed by the profound combination of yin and yang gi, or energy, thunder serves as a cosmic tool. It's the heavenly command that literally divides heaven and earth to kickstart the process of creation.
And this cosmic tool is constantly at work, harmonizing heaven and earth. By causing the heavenly and earthly energy to dynamically interact, ascending and descending through cycles of motion and stillness, thunder acts as the ultimate engine of existence. This interaction is exactly what leads to the growth, generation, transformation, and nourishment of absolutely all things in the universe.
Welcome to Section 3, Heaven's Divine Order System. This is where we uncover how the universe operates on a daily basis, through what strongly resembles a divine bureaucracy. To help us understand this micro-level control, check out this incredibly vivid anecdote from Sangjae. He told his gathered disciples, "Even the croakers caught in the Chilsan Sea are caught in the net after the person who will eat them is designated." He goes on to say that farming is exactly the same. A crop only bears fruit after the person who will eat it is actually designated. The implication here is staggering. Even the smallest, seemingly random natural phenomena are strictly controlled by a designated divine name.
So how on earth is this intricate level of detail managed? That brings us to our next concept, Huizone. You can kind of visualize this as a grand cosmic court. Huizone is the specific system where the spiritual beings of heaven and earth actively gather and disperse to convey Songjae's will. It's the main assembly point where divine designations and operational tasks are officially handed out to the gods. Once those tasks are distributed in the cosmic court, we move straight into the execution phase, defined here as Cheongyong. This is the strict process by which the gods listen to and actually carry out those precise orders in the material world. What's amazing is that the texts note a disciple named Kim Hyung-ryul actually had his divine eye opened by Songjae, which allowed him to physically observe this invisible, bustling process of spiritual beings gathering and rushing off to execute their commands. No way, right? So the crucial point here is perfectly summarized by these 3 simple steps. We're looking at a very clean, divine, operational flow. First, Songjae issues a divine name or designation. Second, the gods gather in the cosmic court to receive this will, that's Huizone. Third, those commands are strictly executed in reality, and that's Cheongmyeong. This continuous 3-step loop governs everything, from personal human luck all the way up to the grandest natural phenomena.
Which brings us to the most fascinating conflict in this theology. Section 4. Repairing the old sky. We are so used to thinking of heaven as this eternal, static realm, right? But Daesoon thought introduces the profound, groundbreaking idea that heaven itself can actually age, decay, and require real maintenance over time.
Let's contrast these two states side by side. On one hand, you've got the decaying old sky. Sangjay described this aging system as one focused on construction that kills people, leading to such a severe depletion of daily necessities that humanity could barely survive. It was fundamentally broken. Contrast that with the new sky. This represents Sangjay's vision for an improved, harmonized system that fosters the harmonious incarnation and flourishing of all things.
Because the heavens had become so old and depleted, intervention was absolutely crucial. As the text explains, Sangjay had to undertake a massive 3-day cosmic repair. He literally performed construction on the heavens to reform them, upgrading the cosmic machinery in order to save living beings from starvation and absolute misery.
Having explored those mechanics, let's zoom back out to Section 5, a new view of heaven. Let's see how this incredibly unique theological framework compares historically against other major global religious paradigms.
Historically, the Eastern view, or Naotian, placed heaven inside the universe, though over time it became a bit concealed and abstract. The Western view, on the other hand, favored a transcendent heaven, a sky completely outside the universe, but in modern times this faced severe denial. Then we have Daesoon thought. It introduces this brilliant concept of heaven outside heaven. It completely bridges the gap, presenting overlapping skies that maintain transcendence while remaining deeply, deeply harmonized with our daily reality.
And the vital takeaway here is that Daesoon thought doesn't just carelessly erase the past. It recognizes the old sky and fully inherits the historical concepts of spiritual beings and their divine operations. But it supersedes the decay by replacing those old failing systems with a new, comprehensively harmonized sky. It represents a kind of autogenesis modernity, a self-generating, massive upgrade for the cosmos.
And that brings us to our final, pretty provocative thought for this explainer. If the heavens themselves can age, decay, and literally be rebuilt, how might our own understanding of the universe need to evolve alongside it? We've seen today a dynamic, incarnational cosmos where heaven is not just a static endpoint, but an active, overlapping system that requires divine execution, balance, and profound reform. It really leaves us to ponder. In a universe capable of such autogeneous modernity, are we willing to keep our own perspectives just as open to repair and renewal? Thank you so much for diving into this incredible source material with me today. Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.